Okay, dann geht's auf zur Insel, würde ich sagen.
This is our first time on a boat together, huh?
I suppose it is.
How'd you get so good at rowing?
Sometimes I'll row when I go fishing with Bob and Rex. It'll be dawn soon. How are you holding up?
It's been a busy day, but I'm all right. What about you?
Oh, I'm used to all-nighters. I'm tougher than I look, you know.
Where's Ryan's grave?
That way. Let's hurry.
Beeilen wir uns. Los. Auf zum Grab von Ryan. Dem letzten Erinnerungsfetzen. Kommen wir ihn dort? Wird es der letzte sein? Wird dadurch alles klar werden? Wir werden es gleich herausfinden. Bin super gespannt. Sieht ein bisschen, naja, aus, diese Insel. Da hätte man ein bisschen mehr machen können. Aber gut, aber gut.
What is this place?
It's the lake's spring. Not many people know about it. According to Dan, it's the source of Lake Juliet.
It all comes from here?
Yep. The whole lake wells out from this one point. It's also responsible for keeping it clean. Lake Juliet's been polluted a number of times, but the spring always restores its waters.
So even the current pollution will be cleaned up soon?
As long as the spring holds out.
That must be why Judd chose to put Ryan's grave here. The spring restores it all.
Und er hat dort eine Kamera stehen, warum
Pretty.
auch immer. Was für eine schöne Quelle. Das ist der Ursprung von Lake Juliet? Ja, das haben wir doch gerade schon geklärt. Na gut. Schauen wir uns hier die Aussicht kurz an. Ja, ja. Sonne geht auf.
This is Ryan's grave.
So your mom brought you here 13 years ago.
I think this will be the last time I come here, Ryan. Judd left his most precious possession with you. So I'll leave mine here too.
I remember what she said. She said Judd left his most precious possession here.
Let's take a look around.
Na, ist damit nicht der Sohn gemeint? Auf dem Grabstein ist eine Inschrift. Ryan Fitzgerald,
Ryan was
1980 bis
only 12 when he
1992.
died. I've seen this before.
Looking through this always made Seoko miss Japan.
Dad,
What is it?
check it out. Ryan's mom gave him this kaleidoscope. He told me when we were talking at the cottage, He said he had to undergo treatments as a kid. That's when he would give it to Mom for safekeeping.
Undergoing treatment must have been what Judd called erasing his memories.
And because of that, Ryan died. Mom must have come here to return it. That's why she was here 13 years ago.
Der Grabstein ist oben mit einer Kirschblüte verziert.
What's this?
Auf dem Grabstein sind Steinkacheln mit eingravierten Buchstaben.
What's this say?
Du wurdest als Engel geboren und hast mein Leben erfüllt. Du bist zu früh gegangen und hinterlässt Leere.
Judd dedicated this message to his son. Huh?
What's up?
It looks like there's some sort of trick to this gravestone. Are the stone tiles some sort of key?
A key?
Kaleidoskop.
Ah,
Dieses Kirschblütenmuster war auch auf dem Grabstein. Schauen wir mal durch. Das ist so falsch herum. Weil ich erkenne hier nicht wirklich viel. Oder? Wartet mal. Hm. Nee, das war schon richtig rum, ha?
Huh.
Das Muster ändert sich, wenn ich drehe. Ah. Okay. Dann stellen wir hier mal Lorf ein.
Oh.
Das Muster ergibt ein Wort. Passiert jetzt was, wenn ich hier drehe? Nö, immer noch nicht. Nö. Lorf. Oben auf dem Grabstein ist das Motiv einer Kirschblüte eingraviert. Auf dem Grabstein steht ein Satz, der mit einzelnen Steinkacheln geschrieben ist. Muss ich...
Oh.
Ich wusste, dass da ein Mechanismus dahinter steckt. Muss ich... Das... Boah, hier sind so viele O's und E's. Aber das hat gereicht.
It opened. Dad, check it out. There's a picture inside. Look at his smile. He looks so happy.
I never would have guessed. Judd stole Sayoko's memories, and yet... what he cherished the most was the memory of his child.
Dad?
Hello, Ashley.
Ryan!
You still remember me?
Of course I do.
When you and I met in the another room, I attempted to delete the memory data you have of me. But it seems I never gained full access to your hippocampus.
What did you do to my dad?
I have suspended his consciousness. It is only temporary. He will not perish. He is not required for our current discourse.
I think I finally understand, Ryan. You used the another through security cameras. It's how you made me see you.
That's correct. What you see right now is only in your mind. This image is temporarily ingrained in your memory. I am currently manipulating your perception.
You took advantage of Sophia in the same way. But I'm not like her. I won't let you do whatever you want.
Interesting. Sayoko said the same thing to Judd.
Your life's work is to complete the another. I will not allow you to squander your brilliance. Especially for something as foolish as family. I forbid it! Get back to work this instant! That's an order!
The another is more than your precious research. I will not allow myself to be used.
Your eyes look so much like Sayoko's did back then. Ashley, why are you here? I don't understand.
I thought coming here would help me figure everything out.
What do you mean by everything?
My mom came to this island 13 years ago. I thought if I could remember that moment, it would all fall into place. I would understand why she came to Lake Juliet. Why the memory of my mother knew about you. Why you appeared to me and tried to revive her.
I see.
I want to know. I want to know the truth about you.
A drive for knowledge. I have always felt that too. Why was I born? What is my purpose?
What are you talking about?
I've never encountered someone like you. Someone who wished to know me. I understand. I will tell you the truth. Here lies Ryan Fitzgerald. And because he existed, I now exist. Judd's son. The another's first ever test subject. Ryan lost his mother at a young age. This left a deep wound on his heart. He closed himself off, no longer allowing himself to feel. Judd wanted to heal that wound, thereby restoring his son's emotions. He attempted to do this with the another, which was still just a prototype at the time. However, the experiment failed. Ryan was left paralyzed and later died. Ryan's memories were extracted during that experiment. They were recorded to liquid memory and stored in a tank in J.C. Valley's basement storage. And that tank containing liquid memory is where I was born. The first human to notice was your mother.
There's no mistaking. The stored memory data is changing. The liquid memory is producing new episodic recollections on its own?
I don't know how it happened. Sayoko referred to me as a conscious life form, born from Ryan's memory data.
Born from memory data?
The first thing I remember is the feeling of swimming through a sea of memories. The human memory is truly a fascinating thing. It starts with sense, and then there is information, and beyond that, knowledge. Each memory has a different emotion. Longing, loneliness, fear, regret, happiness. I am proof that Ryan was alive. I read his memory and I learned. And I slowly grew.
My mom never told Judd about you?
She reported her findings, but Judd quickly dismissed them. He said that self-propagation of memory data is impossible. He was exactly the person Ryan's memory made him out to be. A genius scientist willing to do anything to further his research. Even sacrifice his own family. Self-righteous, refusing to hear anyone else's opinion. Unlike Sayoko, he never tried to understand me. Once she left, Judd would glance at the tank every so often. And then one day, he started talking to it. He said,
I'll find a way to revive you, Ryan.
He continued developing the Another alone. He also started a new experiment. An experiment to overwrite memories using the Another. Judd began writing Ryan's memory data onto other subjects. It was his attempt to revive his son. Carrying out these experiments required him to create many copies of Ryan's data. He extracted his test subjects' memories and accumulated them all into liquid memory.
Was his experiment successful?
It was not. It was impossible to complete the Another without Sayoko. The ability to overwrite memory never came to fruition. He abandoned its development and sealed up the lab housing the Another. And then, 6 years ago, a terrible storm tore through Lake Juliet. JC Valley lost power and the building was destroyed. The tanks storing liquid memory were damaged. They leaked into the lake. This was liquid memory that contained not only Ryan's memories, but many others. It became one with the water. So in a way, it felt like this lake had become my brain. Over time, I was able to access JC Valley's network. This, in turn, allowed me access to all sorts of information. That's when I learned of Sayoko's murder. I learned a lot from Judd's computer, including that it was Bill who killed Sayoko, and that whoever he was working for was connected to Judd.
What?
How could you? Why did you murder Sayoko?
From the very start, the Another project was conducted in secret. Sayoko and I were handpicked by the lab's head to carry the project forward.
You were just a researcher, a useful tool.
We started making real progress. But then Sayoko betrayed us. You two stole our research, hid it in your home. So I gave Sayoko one more chance that night. I told her to return the research, and return to the fold.
I see. So if Mom knew all this, is that why she tried to protect the another?
Ashley, it wasn't until I learned of Sayoko's death that I finally understood the sorts of moments that can produce such strong emotions. I had never felt more. And yet, at that moment, all I felt was sadness. And all I wanted was to ask Judd, why did Sayoko have to die?
Did you ever meet Judd?
I did. He was in the process of developing the remote another at the time. I infiltrated the system to gain access to him.
What are you?
Judd looked both surprised and confused when I appeared before him. He reached out to see if I was real, but he couldn't touch me. So he simply stared at me for a long while. And then I asked him, why did Sayoko have to die? He remained silent. He simply looked at me with an expression I couldn't interpret. So I asked him once more, why did Sayoko, the only person who knew me, have to die? He didn't answer my question. Instead, he muttered my name.
Ryan.
At last, he understood the nature of my existence. He looked at me with eyes that had grown old, and he trembled. What emotion do you suppose he was expressing?
Judd died, right? After learning about you?
Yes. Both Sayoko and Judd were gone, so no one else in the world knew of my existence. And yet, I continued to exist in this lake.
That sounds so lonely.
All this time, my mind was occupied with a single thought. Why do I exist? But I couldn't find an answer. After a while, I grew interested in the another left behind by Sayoko and Judd. I wanted to complete it. I was the one Bill sent the another's source code to.
No way.
Using that data, I was able to complete the prototype another.
But why?
It was simply a task to prove I exist. I didn't have a specific goal beyond that. Dr. Robbins came to JC Valley. He started investigating things no one had looked into before. Do you know why he came here? Did he tell you?
I didn't know at first, but I do now.
Warum arbeitet Richard für JC Valley? Das was finden? Wahrheit über Sayoko? Fertigstellung des Anothers? Michael finden? Nein. Die Wahrheit über Sayoko. Oder nicht?
I need to find out why she was here. Because if I do, I think it will reveal the truth behind her death.
My dad wanted to know why my mom came here. Ryan, we had no idea. We didn't know her memory data was inside her pendant.
I see.
But how did you know? How did you know about the pendant?
I was monitoring Rex's computer. He kept a journal on it. He wrote about hiring your father. He wrote, "Should I tell Richard about Sayoko's pendant?" When Dr. Robbins came to JC Valley, he was still seeking the truth of what happened to Sayoko. He found the data that Bill had sent. That's when he started piecing together the secrets around the Another and the secret lab. He began looking into the lake pollution too. He was close to figuring out that the pollution was liquid memory. It was around then I started to feel cornered. After all, the substance polluting the lake is me. I don't have much time left. I've come to understand this. If the lake is purified, cleansing itself of the liquid memory, I will disappear. In other words, I will die.
Oh no.
That's when Dr. Robbins invited you here. When you arrived at the campsite, you were wearing Sayoko's pendant. I wanted to see her. Just one last time. That pendant contains memories of Sayoko. And I'm sure they remember me. That's why I tried to use the Another and you. Sayoko's daughter. I wanted to revive her. But the RAS was her way of preventing that. She showed me the error of my ways. Using the Another to prove my existence was wrong. I know that now. That's it. That's everything. I wanted you to know. This is my truth.
Ryan? What's happening to you? Wait, are you trying to erase my memories of you?
You will forget me.
No, Ryan! That's... Ryan, look! Look at this!
Remember you.
It's a message from my mom! When you tried to write my mom's memories onto me, she told me something. She said a person can live forever as long as someone remembers them.
Sayoko.
Thank you, Ryan. Because you remember her, my mom lives on. And thanks to that, I got to see her.
Ashley, will you remember me? Even if I disappear.
Yes. I won't forget the person Mom discovered. I'll remember you forever.
Please, show me the RAS again. Thank you, Sayoko. I can finally be at peace.
Ashley?
Dad, Ryan disappeared. He touched the rats and now he's gone.
What?
He told me about Mom. And why he appeared to me.
What did he say? Tell me everything.